this year the venue is great, and we are also getting a lot of new people who haven't tried Amrut before. That is the primary reason why we are here, in addition to the regular Amrut drinkers who are looking for a new product. So we have something for both of them, and it's been so far so good.
This year we had a new venue and wider space, and we also, especially we had a bigger stand like previous years. So it is a good opportunity to communicate with more consumers.
The show's been really good for Port Askaig. We've just launched 3 new whiskies this year, so showing them to the public and to all the new people that are here today, it's been a good opportunity for us to showcase our new whiskies.
After we attending these shows, many people realized, oh yes, Taiwan have the whiskey distillery there, and someone really like our whiskey.
The people were just so knowledgeable that come to this show. It's really quite remarkable, and really it's a joy for me as somebody in the business to be able to speak to consumers and speak to experts that just know so much about whiskey and like it so much. So this show's been remarkable for us.
Amrut Distillery was founded in 1948 by our founder, Mr. Jagdali, very next year after getting independence from Britain. And we are located in south of India, in Bangalore.
Elements of Islay is about discovering different distilleries on Islay, looking at quite extreme characteristics from those distilleries. We don't say what distilleries they're coming from, but we do suggest it with the symbols on the bottle.
So as you know, the Masadaka is the first Japanese who went to Scotland and learned whiskey making and brought the expedition back to Japan.
The history goes way back. It actually has a legacy that traces back to 1753. It was actually called Shanks in those days, not Michters. The Lebanon Valley Coin Club actually did a commemorative coin in the 1970s that commemorated General George Washington's visit to the distillery that eventually became known as Michter's. And so it went through a lot of changes over the years, was known as Bombergers, known by other names. Eventually in the mid-20th century it got the name Michter's, which it became very famous in the USA.
We have the consultant from Scotland, Dr. James Wan, who you just mentioned. We got his knowledge. He tells us a lot how we make whiskies in Taiwan.
We select everything cask by cask, and although it's quite a small batch and it's a blend of several casks, everything is picked based on quality. We're not looking at having a specific age statement, a specific requirement. We select everything based on its quality rather than its appearance.
It's orange citrus and licorice.
Cardamom and spiciness coming through, kind of fruit coming through as well, like mango. And
So the 19-year-old that we have here is quite pale in colour. It's not too dark. On the palate, it's quite salty. It's quite briny again. We've got really nice citrus fruit sitting in there, and again that peat really warms through.
You will have layers of sweetness. You'll have a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of butterscotch, some toasted almond, a little bit of toasted sugar.
Who knew that I would like bourbon this much? It's great.
You got to come down to Louisville, Kentucky.
We all know about Port Askaig, at least because we drink this brand anyway. Love it, and they again did it again with the 16 years old. Lovely, the balance of bourbon and the sherry. First fill bourbon and first fill sherry. Beautiful, beautiful tasting whiskey.
So you got this lovely kind of salted caramel flavour that came through. Really clean, just beautiful whiskey. I think sometimes it's nice to find really good, easy drinking whiskey.
Tropical fruits, banana flavors, marmalades, citrus marmalade, mango marmalades.
Yeah, so we've just released 2 new expressions, OC2 and PL4. OC2 comes from a distillery called Bruichladdich. It's incredibly heavily peated. They call it Spirit Optimal. PL4, also aged in this time French red wine, very rich, again very smoky, again from Bruichladdich, and it comes their make called Port Charlotte.
Today we introduced the 3 expressions for the first time in the UK. So we will bring the 2 single malt from Yoichi and Miyagyo non-age statement, and also we blend the new blend called the Nikka blend 12 years old. So we are going to launch them in early spring next year.
We are planning to release a brand called Amrut Spectrum, where we have made a barrel with 5 different oak woods and then mature the whiskey in that. so far the response has been so good, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be a good success.
Because we know that many people prefer sherry cask whiskies, single malt whiskies, and so we will plan to launch and release several sherry whiskies like Amontillado sherry, Mezzanilla sherry, Moscatel sherry, and Peak sherry as well.